Welcome back, Poketechers. Last on our journey, we got to Vermilion City, and we left off here at the entrance of the S.S Anne. So that's what I'm going to cover in this part of the walkthrough. So go ahead and head there, heal up, buy a couple items if you need to, and we'll meet in the S.S Anne. So here we are. There's the guard, and you have to have the ticket that you get from Bill on Route 25 in order to get in. So once we flash our ticket, it says welcome to the S.S Anne, and we can keep walking inside. So here we are. This is the entrance to the S.S Anne, and this is basically like the third dungeon of the game. It's a little bit different. There's no wild Pokemon in here, but there is tons of battles. Basically here you can skip all the trainers and items and head directly to the captain, so you can get HM01, which is Cut, but you would miss out on tons of EXP and tons of great items. So once you leave the ship after you get Cut, you won't be able to come back in here because the ship will leave and never come back. So first things first, you want to head down here to these stairs, and here's just a corridor with a bunch of trainer battles. You want to start off with the far one, and there's going to be two trainers here. They're both pretty easy. This guy just has the chop. It's pretty beefed up, so be careful with that. Let me switch out. So yeah, that guy's not much of a challenge there. Be careful if you have any rock types. He will use fighting moves. So yeah, this guy here is gonna have 3 Pokemon. First up, Tentacool. Should be a breeze for my Pikachu, especially with the level advantage. But be careful. Tentacool is really annoying because it will poison you. As you can see, it just poisoned my Pikachu and confused me. So yeah, I really hate Tentacools. They're the Zubat of the sea. So yeah, careful with those. And then here's a Staryu. We've seen plenty of those before, and not much of a challenge there. Pikachu grew a level, doing pretty good. And last on his list is this Shelter here. I'm gonna go ahead and use a antidote because my Pikachu is like about to die, and then a quick potion real quick, just so I can have enough time to take this guy out. So that guy's not much of a challenge there. Three water types, so use your electric types there. And there's not an item here. So after you defeat those guys, head into this room. There's gonna be another trainer here, another Sailor. You're gonna have 2 Pokemon, a Tentacool, which are like super annoying. And lucky for me, I paralyzed it, so hopefully that gives me a bit of an advantage. You really don't want your Pokemon to be poisoned and confused by Tentacool, but it will happen, so yeah, just be careful there. So another Staryu, seen plenty of those. Lucky for me, my Pikachu is paralyzing these Pokemon pretty easily, so that guy wasn't much of a challenge either. Go ahead and grab this item. It's gonna be a TM44, and that's gonna be Rest. If you like Rest, go ahead and use it. I don't really like it, but yeah. Then here's immediately when you head in there, that guy wants to battle you. He's a Sailor. He's gonna have 3 Pokemon, obviously, water types, and if you have Pikachu, go ahead and use it here because it's gonna make this a whole lot easier than if you have, let's say, a rock type or even just another regular type. So yeah, 2 Horsies so far. As you can see, tons of EXP to be gained here, and you don't want to miss out on the EXP from trainers like that because obviously, like I've said before, you can't get the same EXP amount from battling wild Pokemon. So yeah, here's an Ether. It's pretty cool. It might come in handy, but yeah. Immediately head up to the next room, and there's gonna be 2 trainers here. First up on the list is this guy. You're gonna have 3 Pokemon. Seen plenty of these Sailors here with the Horsies. Not much of a challenge. Now he has a Shelter. I've seen those too. And now Tentacool. Tentacool is probably the most annoying water Pokemon that exists, and so is its evolved form, Tentacruel. Probably even more annoying, but yeah, these guys are just a pain behind. And then the second trainer here is another Sailor. He just has a Shelter, but it's pretty beefed up level-wise. But it's not going to be any match if you have electric type Pokemon. It's a real breeze. As you can see, tons of EXP to be gained, and that makes me happy. So Pikachu's trying to learn Thunderbolt. Since my Pikachu already has the ability Static, which paralyzes, and Thundershock and Thunderbolt have the ability to paralyze, have a possibility, I'm gonna get rid of Thunder Wave. And you're probably wondering, why'd you do that? Why don't you get rid of Thundershock? Well, the reason is because Thundershock has a ton of power points compared to Thunderbolt. So I don't want to be stuck in a situation where I'm out of power points and I can't use any electric moves to deal damage. So yeah. And then in here, this guy doesn't want to battle, so that's pretty good for us. And there's a super potion. Those come in handy, so go ahead and make sure you grab that item. And there is a hyper potion in the trash can, so make sure you grab that. It's a really good item to have this early on in the game. From there, I'm gonna use another potion. Oh, I don't have any more. So anyway, I'm gonna head in here. It's gonna be a trainer here, just an old man. He's only gonna have 2 Pokemon, and he's gonna have 2 Growlithe. Not too worried about that because they're fire types, and wow, so yeah, I should be worried about that. So yeah, I'm gonna switch out to my Charmeleon here, and I'm gonna fight fire with fire. So let's see how this goes. Ouch. Let's see what my Ember does. So Ember's a pretty good move. Oh wow, so he's gonna use Roar and bring out my Geodude, which is like not gonna cut it there. So I'm switching back out. So yeah, be careful with that Roar, because it will switch out your Pokemon to a weaker one. I really wish I had trained my Geodude a bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and do that while I'm off camera, or maybe I'm gonna do my little EXP gain little trick here. So there's nothing to do here. Head back outside and head in here. There's a girl. She won't battle you, but this is a pretty important place. You can rest here, so it's basically like a Pokemon Center. So yeah, you can head back here anytime you like and just heal up all your Pokemon. And here, there's a guy, another old man, and he's like angry at us because we barged in, so he wants to battle us. And I'm not gonna be too worried about him. He's gonna have the poison types. I think he has Nidoran male and Nidoran female, so be careful with that poison point. You don't want to use too many physical moves on it, and you don't want your Pokemon to be poisoned. Although you shouldn't worry too much, because right next door there's that girl who will heal your Pokemon for you, so you can take a rest there. So yeah, that's pretty good to know. So after you beat him, there's nothing to do there, so head back outside. Heal up if you like. I believe this room there's nothing, there's just this girl. So yeah, just skip that room, and this one too. It's just a dude and his daughter or something. And here there's gonna be 2 trainers. First up is this dude here. He's a youngster. He only has Nidoran male, so I'm not too worried about him, and you shouldn't be either. But just be careful. Wow, critical hit. Wow, but that's what he gets. Now he's paralyzed. Hopefully I'm able to knock him out. Ouch. So yeah, that didn't go very well. I'm gonna use my Geodude since he's already like really weak. Hopefully I'm able to, yeah, so Geodude, oh there's the poison point. So yeah, be careful of poison point. Geodude should gain a level, so yeah. Geodude got lucky there, gained a level, and he learned Rock Throw, which is a pretty cool move to have. It takes care of him. Next up is this girl here. You don't have to battle her, you can just grab this item, and it contains Brick Break. But she will turn around, so yeah, you gotta be careful with her. She's easy. She only has 2 Pokemon, a Pidgey, so that should be a breeze for me because I got this electric Pikachu here. And then she has a Nidoran female. Be careful with the poison point again. She's not much of a challenge, as you can see. So yeah. From there, head to the room next door. There's another old man. But yeah, he doesn't do anything. So skip that. Don't head up the stairs yet, because there's something you can obtain down here. There's actually a couple items here. First up is this Pokeball, or this Great Ball here in the corner, and that's pretty good. This Great Balls are pretty good. And then, here in these trash cans, you're gonna find berries. First up is a Chesto. Then you got the Cherry Berry, and the Pecha Berry. So all those are pretty cool to have, and they're free. So go ahead and grab those. If you have a couple berries, you can head back to Cerulean City and get berry powder for them. but I'm not gonna do that. So here, before you take care of those rooms, head up the stairs and head over here. There's gonna be 2 trainers here, 2 sailors. These sailors are gonna have fighting Pokemon and I believe a couple waters. So yeah, so this guys have Tentacool. Again, Tentacool are extremely annoying, but my Pikachu is high enough level that I shouldn't be worried about it too much. So the next one is down here, and this guy should be pretty easy as well. Another Chop, seen plenty of those in the past. And so yeah, Pikachu is gaining tons of levels here. So yeah, as you can see, you don't want to miss out on this action up here because you're gonna get that EXP and those items. So yeah, pretty cool to have. Make sure you do all this unless you're a rebel and want to skip. This is a pretty cool place up here. You can see the entrance to it. It's kind of like the deck of the ship, the very front. I really like that place. This guy, just kind of walking by, so don't try about him. And head back downstairs. And now there's a series of rooms here that can be. They have battles inside, quite a few actually. And then yeah, so that guy just gives you a picture of Snorlax, which is pointless. So skip him. Here's two trainers here. Fisherman, which should be a breeze for my Pikachu. And then Goldeen, another Goldeen. This guy's pretty easy if you got Pikachu. And then Tentacool, the most annoying Pokemon perhaps in the whole entire series of Pokemon. So yeah, not much of a challenge there. Takes care of that fisherman. And then there's this other dude here. It's a gentleman. I believe you can grab the item. Oh no, you have to battle him. So yeah. Anyway, you want to battle the gentleman. They pay out a pretty good sum of money. So yeah. He's gonna have a Pikachu, but my Pikachu is a better Pikachu. I showed him who's boss. Good game, Gentleman Brooks. And as you can see, 1,656 Pokédollars are a really good sum for such an easy battle. And then this is Stardust. You want to make sure you grab this item. You've seen Stardust in the past. You can just sell it for a high value when you need money at the Pokemart. So yeah, this guy here, not gonna want to battle. This guy just tells us about Cut, which most of you are probably familiar with already. Head in here. There's gonna be 2 more battles. This girl here, she's just gonna have a Rattata. Yawn. We've seen plenty of those. Don't worry about the Rattata too much. And then her Pikachu. So let me show this Pikachu who's boss. And that's how you show him who's boss. So GG, good game. That takes care of her. She's gonna be cheap. And then here's an X attack. This is another really cool item to have. You want to make sure you have that X attack because it will come in handy later on. If you don't already know, X attack just basically it heightens your attack. It highly heightens the attack of one Pokemon for 1 battle. So it's a one-time use item that will only last you about 1 battle. So you want to make sure you use it wisely. I usually save those for the Pokemon League, but you can go ahead and do with it as you please. Here, there's no battles, so just skip that room. And I think in this room there's gonna be X defend, but I'm not quite sure. No, so that takes care of that. Those are all the trainers that you can encounter. So after you grab that X attack in there and defeat those trainers, you're gonna face your rival once again. I believe for the 4th time. So make sure you go back and heal up. Make sure your Pokemon are ready to go. He's gonna have basically the same Pokemon, but with a little bit higher level, a little bit better moves. And so yeah, prepare yourself for this battle, and let's do it. So here he is. He walks down the stairs. Says bonjour. Imagine seeing you here, Techers. Were you really invited? Blah blah blah. He's always bagging on us. He makes fun of us about our Pokemon or our Pokédex. And anyway, let's show him who's boss. Enough talk, let's get down to business. First up, Pidgeotto. Should be a complete breeze for my Pikachu, especially how beefed up I am compared to his, or mine is. So yeah, takes care of that. And next up, Raticate. You don't want to use any bug Pokemon here because obviously Pidgeotto and Raticate would probably devastate him pretty badly. So yeah, just be careful with the bug Pokemon. And my Pikachu takes care of his Raticate. The 2-hit KO, so yeah, not much of a challenge there. Be careful with Hyper Fang. Raticate is notorious for using Hyper Fang. You don't want to mess with it with Hyper Fang, so yeah, just be careful with that Hyper Fang. Next up is the Kadabra. It's the same as his Abra, it just evolved and now it knows a couple of other moves. So be careful here. You don't want to use any fighting types because that Kadabra will devastate him. So if you got that Mankey, go ahead and keep him at home. And so yeah, lucky for me, I paralyzed it, but it's still able to land that confusion. So yeah, that confusion will make your Pokemon confused. It has a chance to. And if you have any fighting types, that confusion will just devastate them. It'll just completely just knock them back to the Stone Age there. So yeah, so I'm pretty sad my Pikachu got KO. And now here is the War Turtle. You gotta be really careful with that War Turtle, or the other starter, the opposite that you chose. So here it will be evolved and at level 20, and it can be pretty dangerous. So you want to be careful with it. I'm going to see if I can get lucky and land a couple hits with my Charmeleon here. Darn, so yeah, it's going to be a really tough battle here. So that takes care of Charmeleon. I'm going to switch out to Clefairy and quickly use a revive. Hopefully you don't have to get that desperate, but yeah. My Pikachu fainted on me, so that should take care of that. Let's see, actually I'm gonna use a potion as well, super potion on Pikachu because I want him to be really strong. As you can see, you gotta be really careful with his starter. It's gonna be evolved, which means its stats are gonna be substantially higher, and that means trouble for us. So yeah, Pikachu should make quick work of that War Turtle. That takes care of it. Be really careful with this guy because his Pokemon are a little bit dangerous per se, and I'm pretty happy with the stats of my Pikachu. Decent attack, decent special attack. The defense is still a little bit lacking there, but my speed is like super. So I love Pikachu, and that takes care of our rival here. So he's cheap. He only gives us 720 Pokédollars, but hey, whatever. And then he tells us there was a Cut Master on board, and he was a seasick old man, and then whatever. He tells us we should go see him too, and then he's gonna smell us. So yeah, smell our butts. Anyway, that being said, head up the stairs, and this is the last part. This is the captain I was talking to you guys about in the beginning. Once you get HM Cut from him, and you head out of the ship will leave and never return. So make sure you got all the items, beat all the trainers, and you're pretty satisfied before you talk to him. So yeah, he tells us he's sick, and we rub his back. Rub. This is pretty embarrassing. But apparently he was throwing up, which is pretty gross. But anyway, to pay off for our embarrassment here, having to rub another man's back on camera, he gives us HM, and that contains Cut, HM01. So that's a pretty useful item. It's a pretty lame move to teach to your Pokemon because it can't unlearn it, and it's a pretty low attack move. So you want to teach it to a Pokemon that you're not too fond of. A lot of people usually teach it to slaves. So yeah, HM will cut down small trees and clear paths for you. That's pretty cool. That's pretty useful. And that concludes this part of the walkthrough. That's how you get Cut. That's how you get through the S.S Anne. On the next part of the video, I'll cover the 3rd Gym Leader, Lieutenant Sarge. Subscribe. Tons of new content being uploaded on a constant basis. And I'll talk to you guys later.